Presently, I'm reading Charles Dickens' classic, The Pickwick Papers. It has 2 volumes, it's in large print, quite interesting. Now, what is it all about? It is a picturesque, it is a satirical work that looks at social class and falsehoods. The Pickwick Papers follows the Pickwick Club's journey towards scientific knowledge. The Pickwick Papers follows the club's adventures of fun and love. So it is about the Pickwick Club, that is the Pickwickians, the people who belong to the club. So they work to spread scientific knowledge. The club is explained as a group of men who travel to learn more about different cultures, but over time, the travels focus more on fun than on the original scientific purpose. Unlike Dickens' future works, Pickwick Papers is told in a linear storyline and focuses on the characters' continuous journey. Thus, the Pickwick Papers summary provides a straightforward account of the club's journey. Now, the story begins somewhere in 1827, where Samuel Pickwick creates the Pickwick Club with the intention of traveling to learn about and then educate others in cultural and scientific knowledge. Samuel Pickwick, along with Tracy Tupman, Augustus Snodgrass, and Nathaniel Winkle, decide to travel the areas around London, etc. So that's how it is. So I'll just read the first few sentences, perhaps. The Pickwickians. The first ray of light, which illumines the gloom and converts into a dazzling brilliancy that obscurity in which the earlier history of the public career of the immortal Pickwick would appear to be involved, is derived from the perusal of the following entry in the transactions of the Pickwick Club, which the editor of these papers feels the highest pleasure in laying before his readers as a proof of careful attention, indefatigable assiduity, and nice discrimination with which his search among the multifarious documents confided to him has been conducted. So there were different resolutions that were agreed on, that this association has heard read with feelings of unmingled satisfaction and unqualified approval the paper communicated by Samuel Pickwick, etc. That while this association is deeply sensible of the advantages which must accrue to the cause of science from the production to which they have adverted, no less than from the unwearied researches of Samuel Pickwick. Well, as you see, the said proposal has received the sanction and approval of the association, that the corresponding Society of the Pickwick Club is therefore hereby constituted, and that Samuel Pickwick, Esquire, GC, MPC, that is General Chairman, Member Pickwick Club, Tracy Tupman, Esquire, Member Pickwick Club, Augustus Snodgrass, Esquire, Member Pickwick Club, and Nathaniel Winkle, Esquire, Member Pickwick Club, are hereby nominated and appointed members of the same, and they be requested to forward from time to time authenticated accounts of their journeys and investigations of their observations of character and manners and of the whole of their adventures, together with all tales and papers to which local scenery or associations may give rise, to the Pickwick Club stationed in London. That this association cordially recognizes the principle of every member of the corresponding society defraying his own travelling expenses, and that it sees no objection whatever to the members of the said society pursuing their inquiries for any length of time they please upon the same terms. That the members of the aforesaid corresponding society be and are hereby informed that the proposal to pay the postage of their letters and the carriage of their parcels has been deliberated upon by this association, and this association considers such proposal worthy of the great minds for which it emanated, and that it hereby signifies its perfect acquiescence therein. So I'll read a little from the first day's journey. Here he writes, Charles Dickens, that punctual servant of all work, the sun, had just risen and begun to strike a light on the morning of the 13th of May, 1827, when Mr. Samuel Pickwick burst like another sun from his slumbers, threw open his chamber windows, and looked out upon the world beneath. Goswell Street was at its feet. Goswell Street was on his right hand as far as the eye could reach. Goswell Street extended on his left, and the opposite side of Goswell Street was over the way. Such, thought Mr. Pickwick, are the narrow views of those philosophers who, content with examining the things that lie before them, look not to the truths which are hidden beyond. As well might I be content to gaze on Goswell Street forever without one effort to penetrate to the hidden countries which on every side surround it, and having given vent to this beautiful reflection, Mr. Pickwick proceeded to put into his clothes and his clothes into his portmanteau. Great men are seldom over scrupulous in the arrangement of their attire. The operation of shaving, dressing, and coffee imbibing was soon performed, and in another hour Mr. Pickwick, with his portmanteau in his hand, his telescope in his great coat pocket, and his notebook in his waistcoat, ready for the reception of any discoveries worthy of being noted down. So, don't you see how interesting it is? It is. Just go through it. Of course, this is a book which is in the large print. You will find a lot of pictures, sketches of them in other writers' book. Whatever it is, one enjoys reading this. So it's a must read. I'm rereading it. I remember we had these abridged versions as we've read them as kids classics, but if you read this original, it really is so charming. You'll enjoy it. Well, that's copyright 2007, Biblio Bazaar, all rights reserved, ISBN is given. So this novel is an example of picaresque, which is a style of story in which we follow a rough but still likable hero throughout his adventures. You'll enjoy it. Read the book for yourself.